What up, everyone? I am the Comic Outlaw, and you know that I'm coming from dimension to dimension. Trying to make that villain pension, if you know what I mean. And I haven't done this in a while, but I like to do a bite my burrito. It's time. Currently, when I was looking at movies, I had a friend because I'm a big Wolverine fan, and he thought, "Oh, I've never check out this movie with me, Wolverine Origins." It had been a long time since I've seen that train wreck of a movie, and I was very saddened that he thought that was Wolverine's origin. I mean, the movie's freaking horrible in so many different ways. The fine points, of course, Jackman's Wolverine. The actor that played Sabretooth is pretty good. Of course, it had an early version of Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds with his mouth sealed. It was horrible. The storyline was very ham-hocked. This was the problem with a lot of the X-Men movies, period, from Fox. It had a lack of consistency, especially like part one wasn't that bad. Part two was 3 was horrible, and then it just led into these movies. And they try to spin it off the comic book, but it's just they do such a horrible job of it. It's kind of like their version of Wolverine and how he lost his memory, how he got his adamantium skeleton. They tried adding stuff from the 90s Wolverine comic, which was very unsuccessful because they really ham-hocked the story. And it's really sad because a lot of the story was based off a very popular book back in the 90s from Marvel Comic Presents, Weapon X, as well as a few other ones in the later 90s when Silver Fox came back and they started explaining her origins. Apparently they all worked together. Her and Wolverine worked together. Sabretooth, and this is where it changes from time to time. Either he just killed her, or he killed her and raped her, or it really depends on which story you're reading at what time. And it created like this blood feud between Sabretooth and Wolverine, at least from his fractured memories at the time. That's what he was able to put together. You end up finding out the grudge goes a hell of a lot further back. Like I said, bite my burrito to this movie. They destroyed Deadpool in it. It was horrible. I mean, a lot of people they really fucked up Deadpool. Swords coming out of the hands. I'm glad that they had that little laugh in Deadpool 2 where he kind of, well, spoilers, took care of the situation. I'm getting tired of saying spoilers. This is my damn show. I mean, if you're watching my show, you ought to know that I just don't give a damn. And, it had Gambit in it. Gambit was real, just weird. I mean, he didn't have any panache. He didn't have the Gambit kind of lovable scoundrel about him. It just seemed like it was some guy in cosplay pretending to be Gambit. And that's pretty much the feeling you got about it. I mean, there wasn't too many good things about this movie. And the Wolverine movie, it was alright, but not as good. But this movie was kind of like, from what I saw, until watching that Fantastic Four movie, not the previous two, but the newer Fantastic Four movie, this was just all kinds of horrible. And I would like to say to the writers, producers, and the people that thought it was a good idea to seal Deadpool's mouth and give him 2 samurai swords that came out of his wrists, and to completely piss on Wolverine's origin, I'm going to tell you to bite my burrito. Double dipped, sour cream. And have a little guacamole on the side, if you know what I'm saying. It's your boy taking that multi-dimensional ride, Jack Slater, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah.